Welcome back to the Omni Hypnosis Center, ladies and gentlemen, for our evening seminar this month. It's always a pleasure to have you folks here. It's like we see a lot of the same faces over and over again, and that's exciting because it shows those people who are interested in learning and improving themselves. Tonight's seminar is on how to teach your clients self-hypnosis. There's a lot of techniques out there to teach self-hypnosis. Some techniques require that people come back 3, 4, or 5 times to learn it. Tonight we're just, as you know, here at Omni, we kind of specialize in single session of a lot of things. So tonight we're going to work on single session self-hypnosis. They can come into your office and in one shot they can learn how to hypnotize themselves and give themselves effective suggestion of change for the rest of their life. This is basically what self-hypnosis is. There are advanced techniques of self-hypnosis. Self-hypnosis techniques in which a person can open their eyes, remain in hypnosis, and there's a lot of advantages to that. But tonight we're interested in the basic method, the meat and potatoes stuff that people are going to come to your offices for. And it's easy to do. Sometimes, as you know, I teach kind of exotic things. And there's exotic ways to teach self-hypnosis too. And I declined tonight to show you those methods because I know you're not going to use them. We're just going to show you a method that you can use in your offices and be very effective at giving those people what they're coming to your office for. Why would they want to learn self-hypnosis? Why would you or I want to learn it? The reasons are legion. Of course, one of the main reasons is they can reinforce the suggestions you give them for the therapy that they came in to see you, whether it's smoking or weight loss or whatever it may be. Some of the other reasons is primarily they can begin to become their own hypnotist, their own change person. They can create the changes within them that they want to have. They don't have to keep coming back to your office. I know that sounds like maybe you're going to be losing money. Say, why would I want to teach them this? Because they're not going to be able to afford to come back to your office for the 47 problems that they have. All of us, except for you folks here and me, have a lot of problems. And really, when it's not only that, we know how our business is word of mouth, and the better we do for our people, the more they're going to tell their friends and their acquaintances, and the more business we're going to get. Don't worry about it. Now, what can't you use self-hypnosis really for? Well, you can't use it for deep-seated, powerful, emotional problems. Many problems that we have are not even recalled, as the cause is not recalled at the conscious mind. So direct suggestion to change that is not going to be that awful effective. But it's great. It's great for the reinforcement of smoking, weight loss, to build up your motivation, to stop the fingernail biting, to improve your study habits, and many, many, many other things we can use self-hypnosis for. It gives us the get up and go that sat down and went on us a while back. So we can go ahead and use it for an awful lot of things. I really believe that if we were able to teach self-hypnosis techniques in the schools, that in about a generation, we'd see a whole new breed of students filtering up through the school systems. We'd see people who were creative, who were interested in school. You'd probably see the drug addiction drop. You'd see the dropout rate definitely go way down. If we can program those people and help them program themselves to like and enjoy school. And I love working with children. And when you work with children and you give them these suggestions, it just works so beautiful. But, of course, we're not allowed to teach any kind of hypnosis in the public schools. Many of the adults of the children, many adults, period, still think that our business has something to do with the occult, that we're doing the work of the devil, we're conjuring up spirits of the dead to do our bidding, or at least they think that we're going to control their children's minds, and of course they don't want to have anything to do with that. So we still fight the ignorance about hypnosis that is out there. So it'll be a while before we're able to get into the school systems. Hopefully someday that will become our reality. Until that time, we'll just do the best we can with what we got. All right, self-hypnosis. What we're here to do tonight is teach you a technique that you'll be able to use in your office, an easy technique that'll help people get into a beautiful deep level of hypnosis, and secondly, show you how to teach them to give themselves suggestions for change. That's what they want to have, and that's what we're going to do this evening. So to start off this evening, to show the technique, I know we had several people who wanted to volunteer to come up to be the victim. Michael, how about you coming up here tonight? Haven't seen you in quite a while. And Mike Raymond. Come on down here and sit in the hot seat, Mike. All right. I like this kind of seminar because I get to sit down too for a change. Now, when you teach self-hypnosis, obviously you're going to give your pre-talk. More often than not, the people have been in hypnosis for some other reason. And they're coming to you maybe to finish up with self-hypnosis. A lot of times they just come to learn self-hypnosis. So either way, it's done the same. The only difference is if they've come to you for hypnosis before, you don't have to do such a lengthy pre-talk. You don't have to do any pre-talk. Remember, the pre-talk is the most important part of what you do. You must eliminate their fears and misconceptions before they'll allow a workable level of hypnosis. And you all know how to do that very well. I don't have to tell you how to do that. You're all professionals in what you do. Michael, you want to learn how to do some self-hypnosis tonight?
Sure do.
All right. Why don't we get rid of those glasses? Can we take those off? I'll put them over here on the table for you. The object first is to get a deep level of hypnosis. And there's lots of ways to do this. Those of you who know me, I'm comfortable with instantaneous inductions, I'm comfortable with rapid inductive techniques, and of course, I'm very comfortable with Elman induction. So we're going to use the Elman induction tonight just to get the basic level of somnambulism. If you feel you have to use a progressive relaxation induction, you can do that with some deepening on the end. Whatever you have to do to get the level of hypnosis that you feel comfortable with to start the process, that's the way you'll handle it in your office. Ready to go, Michael?
Ready, Trey.
All right. I believe you. Let's go to work. Take a long, deep breath. Fill up your lungs real good. And as you exhale, close your eyes. Let your body begin to relax very nicely. Now put your awareness on your eyelids and allow those eyes to become totally loose, limp, and relaxed. Let all the energy of the day dissolve and disappear. Let all the stress flow out of that part of you. It's just not important anymore today. Allow your eyelids to relax so beautifully and deeply that they just wouldn't work, as long as you hold on to that relaxation. And then give them a good test. Make sure they won't work. There you go. That's fine. Now stop testing and let yourself relax more deeply. And I'll stop and interject to the audience the different phases that we go through here. If any of you want to partake in this, be our guest and go ahead and just flow with the words. You'll probably learn it better. All right, Michael, now take that feeling you have in your eyes and bring it right up to the top of your head. And let that deep quality of relaxation flow into all the muscles that make up your scalp. Feel that part of your body go very deeply relaxed. And now imagine that feeling that you have in your eyes and in the top of your head is like a warm wave of relaxation. And take that warm wave of relaxation and send it down from the top of your head to the tip of your toes. Feel every muscle, nerve, and fiber go totally loose, limp, and relaxed. That's good. Now you know we can deepen this quality of relaxation very easily. Here's how we'll do it. In a moment, I'll ask you to open and then close your eyes. When you close your eyes, send another wave of relaxation down from your head to your toes and feel your physical body grow 10 times deeper relaxed. Just want it, and you can make it happen easily. All right, slowly let your eyes become open. Close your eyes. Now send that wave down through your body. Just feel your body sinking down, relaxing. Use that beautiful ability to imagine you have, and just imagine your entire body is wrapped in a blanket of relaxation. And from this moment on, you allow every gentle breath you exhale to help and guide you to go deeper relaxed. That's fine. Now in a moment I'll ask you to open and close your eyes again. And this time when you close your eyes, double the physical relaxation you have right now. Just allow it to become twice as deep and notice how good that feels. All right, let your eyes become open. Close them down. Now really double that relaxation. Just feel your whole body letting go. Deeper and deeper relaxed. Very good. Now in a moment we'll do that just one more time. And again, this time when you close your eyes, double that physical relaxation. Let it grow twice as deep. All right? Let your eyes become open. Now close them and really let go. Really double that relaxation. Notice how good it feels. That's fine. That's beautiful. Now you know, because you're a professional hypnotist, you're always going to be aware of sounds around you. But any sound you hear will not affect or disturb you in any way. As a matter of fact, any you hear will just help and guide you to go deeper relaxed. And the only sound you really allow yourself to become interested in now is the sound of my voice. And you allow the sound of my voice to always guide you deeper and deeper relaxed. Now the sounds pattern is important, folks. I mean, right now I had a guy next door building a room over there, and they're moving in next door over here, and it's been like a jackhammer in this office all week. So you never know what you're going to run into, so always put your sounds pattern in there. All right. Now, Michael, listen very carefully to me. In a moment I'm going to lift your right hand by the wrist, not very high, just a few inches. But if you have followed my suggestions for physical relaxation up to this point, when I lift that hand, it'll feel so deeply relaxed, it'll feel to me as if I'm lifting a wet dish rag, or maybe like a piece of lead or marble or stone. And when I let it drop back down on your leg, why, it'll just plop down. And when it does, your entire body relaxes much more automatically. Now, you know, don't try to help me lift. You know you can lift that arm if you want to, but you also know to do that you have to remove relaxation. Let me do all the lifting. And when that hand plops down, just feel your body grow many times deeper automatically. Oh, that's perfect. All right, Michael, and now deeper and deeper relaxed. That's good. Now that's a beautiful physical relaxation. And you're going to notice that physical part of you continues to relax much more with every gentle breath and with each word that I say. Now we go for the somnambulism. We know somnambulism, one of the pure definitions is amnesia for anything through suggestion. So now let's bring the amnesia on so we can have that beautiful somnambulistic state. Michael, I want you to allow yourself to become as mentally relaxed as you are physically relaxed. You know when your mind is relaxed, it's calm, certainly, but it's also highly alert. And when the mind is relaxed, it's easy for us to get those suggestions into your mind that you'd like to have work there. Now here's how we can have the mental relaxation. In a moment, I'll ask you to slowly, you know that's the secret, slowly begin counting out loud backwards, starting with the number 100. With each number you say, double your mental relaxation. In other words, with each number you say, let your mind grow twice as calm and still and serene. Now if you do this, you're going to notice that by the time you reach the number 98 or even sooner, your mind will have relaxed so beautifully, you will have actually relaxed all the numbers that would have come after 98 right out of your mind. There just won't be any more numbers there until we finish with our session. Now you know I can't make that happen. But if you order those numbers to leave as you relax your mind, they'll go and you'll have that beautiful mental relaxation. Start with the idea of wanting that to happen, and you can make it happen effortlessly. All right, Michael, now slowly begin counting out loud backwards, starting with the number 100, and go ahead and relax those numbers very quickly right out of your mind.
100.
Now double your mental relaxation. Already let them grow very dim and distant.
99.
Good. Now really double that relaxation. Let them be almost gone. You don't need them now. Now just let them go. Numbers all gone? Good. All right. There's the mental relaxation. Now we have the somnambulism. Now we know we want to go even lower than somnambulism. It's important to have the deeper levels. The deeper we're able to go, the more power suggestion has. So we'll just begin by a simple deepening technique at this point. Michael, I'd like you to let your mind and body relax much more. I'm simply now going to count from 10 down to 1. With each number I say, let your mind and body relax together. So by the time I reach the count of 1, mentally and physically, you've allowed yourself to easily drift 10 times deeper. Want it? Let it happen. All right, number 10. 9, deeper and deeper relaxed. 8. And you know when we do a count, we always say the number at the top of an inhale. So after we say it, they exhale, and the exhaling of breath helps them to go much deeper. 7, 6, and deeper. That's it. 5, mind relaxed and the body's relaxed. And the mind and body relax much more with each number. 4, 3, 2, 1. That's good. Much deeper relaxed. Now you're here to learn how to hypnotize yourself and give yourself suggestions of change. And now we begin that process. So whatever way you folks got to this point is up to you and how you operate in your individual office. We always hunt and strive for the somnambulistic state, we know, because it's just so much more effective. Now we begin the actual self-hypnosis training. Michael, listen very carefully to me. From this moment on, whenever I pass my hand down across your eyes and say 2 words, those 2 words are deeply relaxed. Automatically, spontaneously close your eyes. Allow yourself to go down into the same beautiful state that you're now in. But each time, allow yourself to go much deeper. Each time, enjoy it much more. Follow my suggestions to the last letter, and you'll always feel wonderful and marvelous in every way. Now again, because that's so very important, whenever I say the words to you, deeply relaxed, pass my hand down across your face. Automatically, spontaneously close your eyes. Allow yourself to go right back down in the same beautiful state that you're now in. Each time, allow yourself to go much deeper. Each time, enjoy it much more. Follow my suggestions to the last letter, and you'll always feel wonderful and marvelous in every way. Now, those words are critical, the way I said it. Those are very important words. So if you got them on tape, those are the words that you want to learn to memorize. All right. To count of 3, Michael, let your eyes open. I'll pass my hand down across your eyes. Say the words deeply relaxed. Your eyes instantly close, and you go much deeper relaxed. All right. 1, 2, 3. Opening, opening, and deeply relax. That's it. Whenever I say the words deeply relaxed, automatically, spontaneously close your eyes. Allow yourself to go right back down in the same beautiful state that you're now in. Each time, allow yourself to go much deeper than the time before. Each time enjoy it much more. Follow my suggestions to the last letter and you'll always feel wonderful in every way. Now, I want to deepen them out a little bit more. What I'm going to do now, you could put before what we just started or after, it doesn't matter. Michael, I want you to go a little bit more deep in a different way. As I count from 3 down to 1, let every muscle in your body go much deeper relaxed. 3. Feel yourself drifting down, letting go and giving in. 2. That's good. Just really let go. 1. That's fine. Way down. Now again, I'll count from 1 to 3. At the count of 3, your eyes open. I'll say deeply relax. Pass my hand across your eyes closed. You go right back down even deeper. 1, 2, 3. Opening and deeply relaxed. Way down now, Mike. Let it all go. And again, 1, 2, 3. Opening, and deeply relaxed. That's it. Whenever you hear the words deeply relaxed, just spontaneously and automatically close your eyes and go right back down in the same beautiful state. I'm going to lift your right hand and drop it. When I do, this beautiful physical and mental relaxation grows twice as deep. Way down. And I do the same thing with the left hand. When the left hand drops way back down, even deeper than you are right now. Way down. All right. Now I know where he is, but for you folks, I'm going to show you where he's at. He's at a natural level of deep hypnosis where automatic anesthesia comes in. Just watch how easy it is. Now we know when we have this level, we can do just about anything or train him to do anything he wants to do. Michael, I'm going to be working on your arm right here. You know I'm here because I'll allow you to feel me here. But as long as you hold on to this beautiful deep level of relaxation, nothing I do here will affect or disturb you in any way. You're just going to know that I'm working over here. What do you feel? Nothing. All right. So we know we have that beautiful level. Now listen carefully to me, Michael. I'm about to teach you a beautiful technique to hypnotize yourself. But to do this, I want you to imagine, or if you're a visual person, I want you to visualize these 2 things I'm about to describe. I want you to make them absolutely real within you. First thing I want you to imagine or visualize. Now we know we say imagine or visualize. You see, a lot of hypnotists go very wrong. They'll say, I want you to see yourself, or I want you to picture, or I want you to visualize. And many, many people are not visual people. And when you start telling them to visualize or make a picture and they don't have the capability to do that, you're losing them right there. So you always say imagine or visualize. You give them the choice. Michael, I want you to imagine or visualize what is ever best for you, that you're standing at the top of a long staircase. And this staircase extends straight down in front of you. And as you look down that staircase, you notice something very unusual about it. And that is, it never ends. It seems to go on forever. Now that's because this is the staircase of relaxation. And relaxation never ends. It does go on forever. So I want you now to accept this suggestion. Whenever you're in this beautiful state, every breath you exhale takes you down another step on this staircase. Every breath you exhale takes you deeper and deeper relaxed. Now what I'm about to describe to you, I even want you to make more real, more powerful than you just did with that staircase. Know it's your reality. I want you now to imagine or visualize your brain. And I want you to imagine that coming down from the bottom of your brain is a fairly thick electrical cable. Oh, let's say about as thick as your pinky finger. And after that cable comes down about an inch, I want you to imagine it going into the top of a light switch, similar to the light switch that operates the ceiling lamps in your kitchen or your bathroom at home. Now I want you to imagine or see that cable come out the bottom of that switch. The jacket of the cable opens up, and from it flow hundreds of little tiny wires that flow to every muscle, to every nerve in your body, from the top of your head right down to the tip of your toes. Now the human brain is a generator of electricity. For you or me or anyone here to move a muscle in our body requires that our brain sends a signal to that muscle with the proper instructions on what it wants it to do. This happens automatically, instantly. We don't even have to think about it. Sends it through the nervous system, through those wires. But maybe in your life you know somebody personally, you certainly have heard of somebody who's maybe been in a tragic accident, like a diving accident or an automobile accident, where they've damaged those nerves in their necks so badly that the electrical impulses from their brain could not get past that nerve damage. Now those poor folks became paralyzed for the rest of their lives from the neck down. Now, you're not going to be paralyzed. You put that right out of your mind. But in a moment I'm going to ask you to move that light switch that you have created from the on down to the off position. And when you do, I want you to accept this suggestion, that when it's in the off position, you voluntarily block the electrical flow from your brain to every muscle in your body. Instantly, every muscle in your body becomes totally dormant, unable to move, no matter how hard you may try. Now, let's understand this. That is your light switch. It's not mine. You can move it on or off anytime you want. But I'd like you to leave it on or off depending on my instructions so you can learn this technique. But when it is in the off position, I want you to powerfully accept the suggestion that all electrical current is stopped at that switch to every muscle in your body. Instantly, every muscle goes totally dormant, unable to move, no matter how hard you may try. Now you're going to notice another great thing happens. Instantly, when you move that switch to the off position, no deep internal tension or stress of any kind can possibly exist. So you'll feel yourself go much deeper relaxed as soon as that switch is moved off. All right. Now reach up in your mind, grab hold of that switch, and now move it sharply down to the off position. Feel it shut down every muscle, every nerve, every fiber in your body, and feel your entire body go much deeper relaxed. Good. Now, if you have accepted this suggestion, every muscle in your body now is absolutely dormant, unable to move no matter how hard you may try. Because this is so important that you accept this, let's make sure this is now your reality. All right. With your light switch in the off position, shutting down the electrical flow from your brain to every muscle in your body, try to lift your right hand. Stop trying and go much deeper relaxed. Very good. Now with that light switch in the off position, blocking that electrical flow, try to lift your left hand. That's wonderful, and go much deeper. So we can see he's pretty well shut down. Now let's go, I want to check his eyes to make sure that. If you see them tug on their eyes or attempt to open them at all, even though they don't open them, they're really not there yet. So let's make sure that those eyes just lay flat as a board. Michael, with your light switch totally in that off position, blocking that electrical flow to every part of your body, try to open your eyes. And there's just no movement at all. Stop trying and go much deeper. That's beautiful. You're going to learn a technique fantastically. Now, I want you to understand this about your light switch. You are never to override the off position. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, you know you can move it on or off anytime you want. It's your switch. But let's say you're practicing self-hypnosis and you have your switch off and you get an itchy nose. Or you're in an uncomfortable position and you want to move your body. That's fine. But first, just briefly move your switch on, change your position or scratch your nose, and then move the switch back off. When it's off, everything is shut down. You're never to override that. All right. Now, I've helped you go into this beautiful state. Now I'm going to show you how to enter this state and much deeper states all by yourself. I'm going to teach you how to hypnotize yourself so deeply you may very well have no memory of what you were thinking about when you were in hypnosis. There's a natural depth of hypnosis where we have amnesia for what we were thinking about in the state. We always know what we're thinking about when we're there. But he will find, and all of us will, as we learn deep hypnosis, we just don't remember what we were thinking about. Michael, here's how you're going to enter this state. First, let me give you some safety suggestions because using this technique will carry you very deep. So you're going to be in a safe and comfortable position. You're going to be in a chair that supports your body, not like the one you're in right now. A recliner or lying down on your bed, or some business people sit on the floor with their backs against the wall. Because as you go deeper, you could care less about your body and you could just slide right out of the chair. So you're going to be in a safe and comfortable position. Second, you will give yourself a time limit. If you fail to give yourself a time limit, you may find you enjoy the state so much you just like to stay there for maybe a few hours, and that can foul up your day if you're in a hurry to get going. For practice today at the seminar, we're going to use a time limit of 30 seconds. You'll say to yourself, I'm now going into self-hypnosis for 30 seconds. Then what you will do is you will raise your right index finger and lower it. When it touches whatever it's resting on, the arm of the chair, your leg, or whatever, when it touches and not before, you'll close your eyes. After your eyes are closed, you'll reach up and move your light switch to the off position, shutting down every muscle and every nerve and every fiber in your body, and instantly drop right back down. But each time, much deeper than the time before, and each time you're going to enjoy it much more. Now here's the secret for success. When you're in the state, do not, let me repeat, do not purposely think about the time. That'll only throw off your timing. Your subconscious mind keeps better time than you ever possibly could with your inner mind, with your conscious mind. All you have to do is just enjoy the tranquility and the beauty of the state. Your subconscious mind will let you know in a way that's unique to you, maybe a hunch or a bell ringing, that your time is up. When you feel your time is up, you'll move your light switch to the on position, your eyes will open, you'll become fully alert, totally refreshed, feeling wonderful in every way. Now, I'm going to give you these instructions typed out, so you'll be able to refer to them as time goes by until you have them down pat. Also, everybody here will get these typed out instructions also. So let's review that before we give you the practice. First, you'll be in a safe and comfortable position. You'll be that here because I'll hold you. Second, you'll give yourself a time limit. We'll say, I'm going into self-hypnosis for 30 seconds. Then you'll raise your right index finger and drop it. When it touches whatever it's resting on, you'll close your eyes, move your light switch off, go right back down in the same beautiful state that you're now in. Each time, allow yourself to go much deeper than the time before. Each time, enjoy it much more. And when you're there, don't think about this, the time. Your inner mind is going to tell you when that time is up in a way that's unique for you. When you feel your time is up, you'll move your switch on, open your eyes, and become fully alert. All right, now let's practice this. At the count of 3, eyes open, fully alert, the switch is all the way on. 1, 2, 3. Switch on, open the eyes. Isn't that a nice level of hypnosis?
That's great.
It's great, isn't it? Now, do you understand the instructions?
Yes.
All right. When you're ready, I want you to tell yourself, I'm now going into hypnosis for 30 seconds. Now, you got to say it firmly the first time. Sometimes the subconscious mind doesn't believe what you're asking it to do, and it likes to stay there longer. After you tell yourself you're going into self-hypnosis for 30 seconds, raise this finger and drop it. When it touches bottom, close your eyes. Now get the switch off. That's the key to everything. And do nothing and emerge when you think that your time is up, okay? Whenever you're ready, give yourself the suggestion, I'm now going into self-hypnosis for 30 seconds, drop into the state, and emerge when you feel your time is up. I don't have a timer watch, but it looked about 35, I was going to say. Okay. We're about 5 seconds. How did that feel when you were down there?
Good.
Yeah. What
I
made
felt
you...
like
Huh?
I started to go down, then I really felt myself really go down.
Good. Good. Now,
To switch.
what gave you the feeling it was time to emerge?
An inner talk said, flip the switch on.
Okay. Now, I'm going to talk to your subconscious mind. You can listen if you want to, although the conscious mind doesn't do any good. Michael said 30 seconds, you went 35 seconds. You can do much better than that. Whatever time limit he gives you, you will instantly respond exactly at the second. He says 30 seconds. We're going to practice it again. This time you will let him know exactly when 30 seconds are up. All right, Mike. Again, and watch how much deeper you go this time. Feels good when that switch is off, doesn't it? Boy, that really takes you down, doesn't it? All right. Tell yourself you're now going into self-hypnosis again for 30 seconds. Raise the finger, drop it, get that. Close your eyes and get that switch off. And using that light switch technique while he's doing this, I mean, he'll be the first one to tell you that really helps you to go much, much deeper every single time. It's a beautiful technique. And the more he practices it, especially in the beginning, the better it becomes. Take questions a little bit later, Linda. Make a note of. All right. How do you feel? What made you turn the light switch on then?
Same thing.
Same thing. A little longer, wasn't it?
Yep. 40.
Yeah. All right.
He likes it.
Yeah.
It's a late baby. When he went into the state, I started, it was like, I think they're counting it from when they thought he was in.
Yeah. Yeah. I usually give them a couple of seconds before I start timing it so they can get down there. Usually you add about 5 seconds to it for them to get the switch off and to finally stabilize. So it's pretty close to the money when you do that. All right. Now, Michael, what I want you to do is get comfortable. The arms comfortable up here?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I want you to drop into the state without a time limit. Just tell yourself you're going into deep self-hypnosis. Raise a finger, drop it, get the switch off, and then wait for further instructions. Okay? All right. Go ahead and do that whenever you're ready. Way down. And if you ever have any doubt what level your people are, I mean, don't ever be afraid to test them. Because if they have accepted the suggestion about that switch being off, that's an instantaneous state of anesthesia. For example, if you teach a pregnant woman how to get her switch off, and she'll have a baby without any discomfort. But this really isn't a good way to do that because you want her eyes open, you want her alert, but kick comes to punt, this would be a great way to get a woman through childbirth. Watch, without any suggestion, if he's got the switch off. Okay, so we know we have the natural anesthesia right in there, and we have to have deep hypnosis for that. Now, Michael, listen very carefully to me. Before I teach you how to program yourself for change, what you're going to do this next week is you're going to, we want this trance to even become powerfully more deep. So we're going to have him spend a week practicing before he begins giving him the suggestion process. We're going to do it in this manner. Michael, here's what I want you to do. 10 times a day, I want you to practice going into deep self-hypnosis using the time limit technique. Now, I know that sounds like it might be inconvenient or take a lot of time out of your day. But really, if you give yourself a time limit of 30 seconds, you're only talking 5 minutes a day. If you want to vary your time limit to a minute, you're talking 10 minutes every day, and I know you can afford that quality of time to learn this technique. So 10 times a day, you'll drop into self-hypnosis using the time limit technique. Once a day for the next week. You're going to listen to a very short tape I'm going to give you. This tape will take you extremely deep. You'll use it in this manner. You'll put the tape in your machine. You'll press the play button. Now, nothing happens on this tape for about 20 seconds. That gives you time to enter self-hypnosis without a time limit. So you don't worry about a time limit when you listen to the tape, because I'll count you up at the end of the tape. That'll give you time to enter hypnosis without a time limit. Then my voice will come on and carry you many, many times deeper relaxed. So a combination of using the 10 times a day with the finger drop technique and once a day using this deepening tape, by the end of that week you'll be extremely deep into hypnosis. So deep that suggestions of change you give yourself will become instantly very powerful. Now I'm going to have you listen to that tape right now. Follow the instructions you hear on it, and let my words just wash across you. You don't have to concentrate powerfully on it. Just let them just wash across you, and watch how deep it just takes you into relaxation. All right? We'll begin the tape now.
Whenever you enter this state, by lowering your finger to your leg, spontaneously close your eyes. Allow yourself to go back into the same beautiful state that you are now in. Each time, allowing yourself to go back deeper. Each time enjoying it more and more. Feeling terrific in every way. Whenever you enter this state, the instant you close your eyes, you mentally reach up and move your light switch to the off position. And when that light switch is in the off position, all electricity flowing from your brain to every muscle in your body becomes disconnected, and your muscles become instantly calm, very deeply relaxed, unable to move. And the sound of my voice guides you deeper and deeper into relaxation. You'll always be aware of the sounds around you, but any sound you may hear will not affect or disturb you in any way. Any you hear, unless they're important to you, will just help and guide you to become deeper and deeper relaxed. Following my suggestions guides you deeper into relaxation. And the deeper you go, the better you feel. And the better you feel, the more and more your body relaxes. With just wonderful feelings going through your body, and happy thoughts flowing through your mind. So relax and let yourself go. Now I want you to relax still to a deeper state of relaxation, much more relaxed. So I'll count from 5 down to 1. And as I count from 5 down to 1, your body will double the relaxation you have right now, automatically. 5. Relaxation starting to double. 4. Relaxation doubling more and more. 3. Very comfortable. Very relaxed. 2. Relaxation is now almost doubled in your body. 1. Relaxation has now doubled in your body, from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. Every fiber, every tissue, every organ, every gland, every part of you has doubled in its relaxation, and you feel fine. Now I want you to imagine or visualize in front of you is a long staircase. A staircase that leads down into relaxation. We have never found a basement, a bottom of a person's ability to relax. It's endless. And now every breath you exhale takes you down another step on this staircase of beautiful relaxation. Every breath takes you deeper into an endless state of relaxation. And you drift down, feeling wonderful, feeling comfortable. Relax. Let yourself go. Just relax and let yourself go. I still want you to relax to a much more relaxed state. Already with your light switch in the off position. Every muscle becomes dormant, quiet, unable to move. But again, I will count. This time from 10 down to 1. As I count from 10 down to 1, your conscious mind will relax as much as your body is relaxed. And your mind and body will double the relaxation that it has at that time on each and every count. 10. Your mind is as relaxed as the body is relaxed. And the body is doubling its relaxation. 9. The mind is relaxed as the body is relaxed. And the body is doubling its relaxation again. 8. Mind relaxed as the body is relaxed. The body again is doubling the relaxation it has at this time. 7. The same thing. 6. Keep right on going now. 5. 4. 3. 2. Mind relaxed as the body is relaxed. And your body has doubled its relaxation many times over. By relaxation, I mean the absence of all contraction. Your body is loose, limp, and motionless. Your muscles offering no resistance, just as if you were a rag doll. Complete relaxation means the absence of all movement. It means the complete absence of holding any part of your body rigid. So as you are completely relaxed, all the muscles attached to your bones are limp. If you make any voluntary movement, you can only do so by contracting some group of muscles. But when you allow these muscles to become completely dormant, your nerves to and from these muscles carry no messages. And with your light switch off, the nerves are completely inactive. And it's certain that complete relaxation in any set of nerves simply means zero activity in these nerves. And it is physically impossible for you to be nervous in any part of your body. You're feeling better than you felt in a long time. Outside noises will not distract you, and any you hear will only assist you in relaxing more and more deeply, and you do go deeper. With every breath, down another step on that endless staircase of relaxation. And the sound of my voice keeps guiding you deeper into relaxation. Following my suggestions keeps guiding you deeper into relaxation. And the more and more you allow your body to relax, the better you feel. And the better you feel, the more your mind and body will relax. You now have complete control over every nerve in your body. Complete control over your whole nervous system. And as you have selected to place your light switch in the off position, every nerve in your body becomes quiet, dormant, and you drift much deeper into relaxation. And now there are only 3 more levels of relaxation for you to go into now. Level A, Level B, and Level C. Now to accomplish these levels, you must know it will work. Let it work. You can feel it working. Feel it working as if you're going down an escalator to deeper levels at all times. So now, I want you to go from where you are now to Level A. Thousands of times deeper. You know it will work. Let it work. Feel it working. Feel yourself sinking down to Level A, as though you're going down an escalator. Very good. Now I want you to go from level A to level B. Again, you know it will work. Let it work. Feel it work. As if you're going down an escalator from level A to level B. Thousands of times deeper. Automatically going down. Very good. Now I want you to go from level B to level C. Your very basement of relaxation today. You know it will work. Let it work. Feel it work. Feel yourself sinking down. Thousands of times deeper. All the way down to level C. That's fine. Now with your light switch in the off position, shutting down the electricity to every muscle in your body, I want you to try to lift your right leg. Stop trying and let your body go much deeper. Now I want you to try and lift your left leg. Stop trying and go deeper. Now I want you to try to lift your right arm. Stop trying and allow your body to still go deeper, all the way down to the very bottom of relaxation, where you will feel so peaceful, happy, and content. Every day you will feel better and better, happier and happier, and more contented. And each time you enter this beautiful state of relaxation, you'll allow yourself to go much deeper than the time before. Now I'm going to give you just a few moments of silence so you may enjoy this state even more. Each breath during this period of silence will take you even deeper. You'll become more and more relaxed. And that beautiful period of silence begins now.
All right, as you continue to relax more and more with every breath, you listen carefully. Now, in this level of relaxation that he's allowing himself to have, I have serious doubts as to whether it's a good level to give him suggestions to teach him something. I want him to come up a little bit. He's just too deep to accept suggestions of change or to learn a new technique. Michael, you've allowed yourself to go down to the very basement of relaxation, level C. As I count from 1 to 3, let yourself come up to level A, still very deeply relaxed, but able to respond and talk. 1, 2, 3. Good. Now, Michael, you're allowing a beautiful state. you're going to use this tape once a day, and you can see if a person uses this tape once a day, they are going to go so deep by the end of the week. It's going to be fantastic. Add to that the practicing of the finger drop time limit technique every day, 10 times. Now you're doing so well, Michael. I'm now going to teach you how to program yourself for change. Now remember, you are not to use this technique, you are not to begin to give yourself suggestions for 1 week. For the first week, I only want you to keep practicing the self-hypnosis technique you're learning tonight. After the week is over, here's how you will give yourself suggestions for change. By the way, everybody tonight, when we get to the handout portion, is going to get the copy of the patter that you just heard on that tape, so you can make up your own tape if you want to. Okay. Michael, whenever you want to give yourself a suggestion of change, you're going to do it in this manner. And this will change as the weeks go by, and I'll give you instructions to make it much quicker. But let's remember, your mind is in a training period, and you'll learn at a certain speed and facility. Very quickly the time will go by, and you'll be able to give a suggestion very instantly and very easily. But until I show you differently, you'll do it in this manner. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to select the suggestion that you want to give yourself, obviously. Whether it's for, and this is not a suggestion, weight loss or smoking or self-improvement, maybe memory concentration, things on whatever it may be, whatever self-improvement you want to give yourself. You'll take that suggestion initially and write it down on a piece of paper or a card or something on that order. After you've done that, you'll hold it in your left hand. You'll get in a safe and comfortable position, and then you will give yourself a time limit. For practice tonight, again, we'll use 30 seconds. You'll say you're going into self-hypnosis for 30 seconds. After you've given yourself a time limit, you'll read that suggestion 5 times slowly, concentrating powerfully on each word. When you begin to read it for the 5th time, you'll raise your right index finger, kind of like cocking a gun, preparing to enter hypnosis. When you read the last word of it for the 5th time, you will drop your finger. Instantly your eyes will close, your switch goes off, and you go right back down in this beautiful state, right down to the basement of relaxation. Now here's the secret for making a suggestion work. When you're in the state, do not purposely bring your conscious mind into play by thinking about the suggestion. All you have to do is stay deeply relaxed. You see, there's a lot of techniques that people say, oh, I go into hypnosis and I say over to myself the suggestion that I want to have. And that's wrong. That causes it not to work. Because if you do that, you have to bring your conscious mind into play. Once you bring your conscious mind into play, your critical factor of your conscious mind is no longer bypassed, which means technically you are no longer in that state we call hypnosis. You may remain relaxed, but you're not in hypnosis. So the suggestions won't work. All you do is stay relaxed. Don't purposely think of anything. You may see the suggestions floating around in your mind. They may be jumbled or mixed up. It doesn't matter. Maybe nothing's there. And when you feel your time limit is up, you'll move your light switch on, your eyes will open, you'll become fully alert. Now we're going to practice that. You'll write a suggestion on a piece of paper. I've taken the liberty to write one. It simply says, every time I enter self-hypnosis, I go much deeper than the time before. You'll hold it in your left hand. You'll say, I am now going into self-hypnosis for 30 seconds. You'll read it 5 times slowly, concentrating on each word. When you read it for the 5th time, you'll raise your right index finger. On the last word of the 5th time, you'll drop your finger, your eyes close, your switch goes off, and you go right back down into trance. And then do nothing. And just emerge when you feel your time limit is up. All right, let's have you practice that. At the count of 3, and not before, your switch goes on, eyes open, fully alert. 1, 2, 3. All right. Now, when you were listening to that tape, Michael, how did that make you feel?
Great. I wasn't really. I heard it, but I wasn't really paying a whole lot of attention.
Did it take you way down?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
My neck was bothering me a little bit.
Yeah, that's a problem with these chairs. In a recliner, that
But
takes...
I didn't want to do anything about it.
Didn't want to do anything about it.
Their eyes are red.
Yeah. Now, do you understand the instructions for giving yourself a suggestion? Now, I want you to watch me, and I want you to tell me what I'm doing wrong, okay? Because I want to make sure you don't do this. Let's say I've given myself a time limit of 30 seconds, and I'm reading it for the 5th time. I got the finger ready to drop. Watch and see what I'm doing wrong, okay? See if you can figure out what it is. Got any idea what I did wrong?
You didn't let your left arm drop?
Well, that's good. That's good. You see, if I got my switch off, how could I very nicely lower this down and then move it to a more comfortable position and then hold on to it? It takes physical energy to pinch your fingers. So that's the way you test your people. Here's the way it should look if they're accepting the suggestion that that switch goes off. Their body is shut down completely. Should look like this. Read it 5 times, finger drops.
You okay?
Way down. And don't worry about where it goes. It's not important. We'll find it later. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, you ready to practice? If you can't read that with your glasses, fake it. Okay. Like I have to without my glasses on. Hmm? Quietly to yourself. You just have to read it silently in your mind. Now, the first thing you do is tell yourself you're now entering self-hypnosis for 30 seconds. Give yourself the time limit first. Read it 5 times, drop into the state, get the switch off, and emerge when you think your time is up. Begin. Is he a little short? Well, anybody get the exact time?
About 20 seconds.
About 20 seconds. Okay, you were a little short. How did that feel when you got the switch off? You're laughing.
Fine.
Fine.
Good.
Deep?
I like it.
Now, when you were in the state, did you see the words floating around, or was there just nothing there at all?
There's nothing there.
Nothing there at all. All right. Now let's do it one more time. This time I want you to chastise yourself mentally. I want you to tell yourself, I said 30 seconds. Do you understand what I mean? I can't chastise you. Now you're the one that has to do that. Usually it's longer. Usually the subconscious mind likes the state of relaxation so much it causes them to stay there much longer. Let's try it again. Now this time give yourself a time limit very powerfully. Read the suggestion, drop into the state one more time. He was a little long that time, wasn't he? He's going to have to do a little practice to get that right on the money, but it'll get there for him. Now,
It's like everybody's got their watches going.
sit up in the chair. All right. Now, I want you to enter self-hypnosis using, and here's one thing I want everybody to be careful of, especially when you teach your people. The programming is you raise the finger and drop it. When the finger touches and not before, your eyes will close. You'll get the switch off. Don't ever allow them. A lot of people are in a hurry or they don't understand the instructions. They'll close their eyes and then raise and drop their finger. That's not the instruction. Never close your eyes prior to the finger touching whatever it's resting on. Then close them, then get that switch off, okay? All right. Enter now deep hypnosis all the way down to level C, way down to the basement. Do it without a time limit, and then I'll take over and come back and talk to you again. Now he's got it. So basically what you're seeing here is the technique. It's taken us about an hour to teach him self-hypnosis. And if he does the week of practice like he's supposed to do, which is not taking a lot of time out of his life, that the time limit technique will take anywhere from 30 seconds to a minute. That tape, although you guys were getting groggy, took 13 minutes. That is not a lot of time when you're talking about people listening to tapes. And that's only for a week. After that, he has it. Then he can begin to program himself. Now, Michael, you listen very carefully as I talk to the group. When they learn this quality of hypnosis, they have it forever. Because he will go many times deeper as he learns this technique. He'll eventually go so deep he goes into the coma state. Now we know the coma state of hypnosis is a wonderful state. For those folks who may be looking at this tape, who don't understand because of your training what the coma state is, it's a very deep level of hypnosis which is a state of total euphoria. People love to be there. It's the best party you've ever been at. People don't like to emerge from it. They'd rather spend more time there. It's not like a medical coma. It has nothing to do with a medical coma. That's why we use a time limit technique. If we fail to give a time limit as we go down into that deep coma state, we may want to stay there and party for too long. But the subconscious mind, for some reason that we don't understand, will always emerge the person right about the time that they've programmed them to be in, even if they are in a coma state. So you'll practice this the way I've described it to you. I'm going to give you written instructions on everything that we've done here tonight. And in a moment I'll emerge you and you go back to your chair and I'm going to talk to the class and you about how to word suggestion and how frequently to give suggestion in the beginning, so that everything progresses in exactly a perfect way that you'll learn a fantastic way to do self-hypnosis. All right, at the count of 3, let your eyes get your switch on, let your eyes open and become fully alert. 1, 2, 3. Now open those eyes, notice how good you feel. How do you feel?
Great.
Think you got a good technique?
It's terrific.
It's great, isn't it? All right. Go on back to your chair. Give him a hand. He did good, didn't he? I don't think he wants to walk back to it. You want to float back or... Whoops. As I... This little clip is an engineer's horror story here. If they only would indent that a little bit, this thing wouldn't be falling off all the time. Okay. That's a nice way, it's a maternal way to teach self-hypnosis. There's another way called a sit and tilt where you tilt people over, which I like to use because I'm a physical hypnotist. But this is for those of you who are maternal, and yet I think Michael can tell you it gets him very deep into hypnosis. Isn't that right, Michael? Now, what you want to do is how to give suggestion, how frequently to give suggestion in the beginning. The first week you can give yourself one suggestion. For the first 2 weeks, let me put it this way. For the first 2 weeks, one suggestion per week. Remember, your mind is in a training mode. You really want this to work, have your people do it this way. One suggestion a week for the first 2 weeks. They can take any suggestion they want. They can change it to a new one after the first week. And that's all written down here for you on the handout you'll be getting.
That's after the first week of training.
Yeah, this is after the first week of him training himself for deeper hypnosis that you start getting into the suggestion mode. All right. One suggestion per week. After the first week, you can change it. Use a new suggestion for a full week. You should give yourself the suggestion 2 to 3 times a day. Now, it gets better as your mind starts to respond to the process. For the 3rd and 4th week, give yourself a different suggestion every day, but not more than one suggestion per day. And give yourself that suggestion at least twice a day. Now, this is writing it down and holding it up in your hand. Now, here's where it starts to get good and where it starts to get practical. After the 4th week, so we're into this now, a month plus a week of practice learning to get the deep state. After the 4th week, you may give yourself as many suggestions as you like, as often as you like. But limit yourself to only one suggestion for each self-hypnosis session. Occasionally, use your deepening tape to constantly establish deeper levels of hypnosis. Now, when you get this paper, I want you to write something else on the bottom of it. And for you folks that have this tape, you do the same thing. After the 4th week, when you're involved with this, they no longer have to write the suggestion down. They can simply say the suggestion to themselves 3 times mentally. Just say it 3 times mentally, raise the finger, and drop into the state. No longer do they have to write it down. Now, you can shortcut this technique, but believe me, it's taken many years to get it down to this quality of training to achieve to get the mind to accept suggestions rapidly. After they go through the 4th week of training, they're going to find that suggestions they give to themselves become instantly effective the first time they give the suggestion. And they have a wonderful, wonderful way to change their lives in any way they want. Now, the other thing you have to be careful about, that is the wording of your suggestions. And I want to answer your questions, but I want to get this out in a constant flow so we don't deviate, because this is important. How to word suggestions. The one thing you never want to do is to put a negative word in a suggestion. No, not, never, things on this order. Because of the capability of the subconscious mind to do a very unusual thing. It's called pharsing. P-H-A-R-S-I-N-G. Pharsing. The subconscious mind doesn't farse all the time, but it farses often enough that it's a thing that we must concern ourselves about. What pharsing simply means is the subconscious mind will drop the negative word out of a sentence and accept the sentence as it was written without the negative word. So you can usually get exactly the opposite effect that you're going for. For example, let's say the individual is working on an overweight condition. So they give themselves the suggestion, I will not eat a lot of food. The subconscious mind farses, drops the word not, and instantly that inner mind is getting the suggestion, I will eat a lot of food. Those of you who have taken my Master Hypnotist class and my advanced class got a list of, I think, 60 some of the most common self-hypnosis suggestions people like to have. And you can copy that list and give it to your students that you're teaching. And you can show them on that list. You can just pull a buzzword. For example, my memory is improving every day. You can pull out the word memory and put in golf game or concentration or whatever it may be. So you word the suggestions correctly and you train your people how to word it correctly. You're better off giving them a list of those 60-some suggestions and let them work with that, and then they'll have an awareness of how to write an additional suggestion, or they can call you if they want one worded particularly that's not in there. So warn them about pharsing. It's going to sneak up and it's going to bite them. All right. That's how you do self-hypnosis. It's an easy way. It's effective.
Should the suggestions be one sentence, short sentence long?
Suggestion should be one sentence. This is a one-sentence suggestion technique. Yes. Now, the other thing you can do, which is very, very effective, you can make up for them, like I have done for my clients, a tape with a topic: smoking, weight loss, fingernail biting, whatever it is. And you can make it up like your deepening tape. There is no induction on it. What you do is you put 20 seconds of blank tape on the front of it. Just let it run for 20 seconds. After that, your voice comes on with the patter for the subject that they want to correct. And you keep it short, never more than 15 minutes. Around 10 minutes is great. So that then they can go ahead, put it in the tape player, press the play button, they drop into hypnosis without a time limit. After 20 seconds, your voice comes on, fires in the patter, and then count them up at the end with a 1 to 3 or a 1 to 5 count, and that's a powerful way to get good programming into the people, and it doesn't take a lot of time out of their life. You know, if you have a self-hypnosis tape, a normal one, you've got maybe 20 or 15 or 18 minutes of fractional relaxation on the front side as an induction. And then you've got the patter. So they're into it for 30 or 35 minutes or more, and most people don't have that quality of time. Keep your patter short. 10 minutes is great. They drop in, they 10 powerful minutes of patter, and you can affect tremendous change within the people that way. That's a good way to do it. I have about 40 of those tapes made up on different subjects, if any of you are interested in it. Linda,
What about,
speak loudly. I got a bad ear tonight.
what about self-hypnosis for instantaneous things, like I go for allergy testing, you know, and...
It's wonderful.
But I mean, rather than going through that process, you said something about, once before, about a magic spot. Could you tell us about that and how to do that?
The magic spot. The magic spot is a technique that Dave Ellman invented, who was one of the most fantastic hypnotherapists of his time. He died in 1958, but his techniques are still light years in front of many of the techniques today. He developed the magic spot for children because children were frightened to death to go to the doctors, and they'd have to get a needle. They'd kick and scream and yell. So he taught the dentist or the doctor how to give the child a magic spot. Now, this was pretty much a waking hypnotic technique, which is not what we do technically with this type of self-hypnosis. He had the child just close their eyes and pretend that there was a magic spot where he rubbed, and nothing could disturb him in that magic spot. It would be calm and relaxed. And it works for the children so well that the parents would come to get the magic spots too. But more importantly, this type of self-hypnosis can be used, as you know, if you get that light switch off. If those people, and not everybody, unfortunately, will accept that light switch in the off position, the way Michael did, and the way most of us would, you're going to get about 5% of the people who will not block that electrical flow to their body. You say, try to lift your right hand, and they'll lift it. They're going to show you that they don't have to have that switch, and they win. They can still enjoy beautiful suggestions of change because they're allowing a deep level anyway. What they can't have is the natural anesthesia. Is that beautiful deep anesthesia so they can come in, open their mouth, bump, go have all the work done and not feel a thing. They can't have that. And as you go into the advanced types of self-hypnosis, where their eyes are open, they're still in very deep hypnosis, that's what we do for the women with childbirth, and it works absolutely beautifully.
Again, I must get back to a question. You know, like if you're going into a dentist, you can do it in one shot. He's going to work on you basically in one shot, and you just lie back there. But if you're doing something like allergy testing, it's every 10 or 15 minutes you're getting another shot.
Mhm.
So you don't want to stay in hypnosis
No,
with your eyes closed for that period of
That's
time.
right. If you're going into an allergy situation, instruct your dentist, or your doctor, I'm sorry. Tell your doctor that as soon as he's done giving you the shots, say, emerge now. You tell him that ahead of time. And then when he tells you that, you move your light switch on, you open your eyes, you come out of it. When you're ready for your next series of shots, you tell him, now when you're done, tell me emerge now. You drop in without a time limit, boom, you shut yourself off. When he says, okay, emerge now, then you flip your switch on, you come back to your full alertness. You do that as much as you have to until you get through with the process. Or you can choose to stay there and not emerge, whatever is your choice, and it works just fine. Richard?
If you had somebody going for like a root canal, and they did the self-hypnosis, and you brought them, got through the system, would you then tell them when they're in there to do the magic spot?
No. First of all, I would not let them out of my office just by teaching them this for dental anesthesia. I would go into a strong session to train them in dental anesthesia. What you've learned here tonight is a general way to give yourself deep self-hypnosis and program yourself for change. Now, you can bring that person back and program them for dental anesthesia. That when they enter the state, what I would do is I would then create, the second time they come in, I would create a middle position in the switch. Now, when you go in the dentist's office, boom, you drop into the state, your light switch is in the off position. Now, the important thing when you do that, and this is an advanced technique, so I'll run through it quickly, is you have them test themselves to make sure it's in the off position. They try to open their eyes or lift an arm or do whatever test they want. If they can't do that and they're happy with that, then they count to number 2. They go 1, 2, and their light switch moves to the center position. When it's in the center position, all electrical current flows to their body, but it's very warm and soothing current. They can open their eyes, but even after they open their eyes, the anesthesia will hold on. Even though they can walk and talk and do everything, it'll hold on in the area that they want it to be in, for example, in the jaw. Then they can have the root canal and their eyes are open. Not that they have to keep their eyes open. Believe me, when I had a root canal, I didn't want my eyes open. But they can have them open. It's like women having cesarean sections the same way. They can open their eyes, but a lot of women prefer not to until a baby's born because it looks weird to see a knife come down over your belly. Arnie?
You gave this technique on the 5-day course, this technique you just gave now, and we did it.
Mm-hmm.
Is it still, right now, if we haven't practiced it, is it still in the subconscious mind?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
I could automatically now, if I wanted to, drop my finger, go into the off, and do it. Now,
come on up here, Arnie, real quick. Hurry up. Arnie said he learned the technique once, but he didn't practice it. So we only have a few minutes left, so yeah, let's see what happens and how well it's been there. When you're ready, go into self-hypnosis without a time limit. Say, I'm going into deep self-hypnosis, raise the finger, drop it, close your eyes, move your switch off. Make no fuss or fuss about it, get that switch off. Good. Now, he wants to know how long it will be there. You see, and that's the problem we have. We think with the medical model. We say, I take an aspirin and it wears off in 4 hours, therefore somehow this must wear off in 4 hours, or 4 days, or 4 weeks, or 4 years. If you accept suggestion, it never wears off. It's burned into the synapses of your mind. Arnie, with your light switch in the off position, shutting down that electrical flow to every muscle in your body, because that's what you accepted, that is your reality. With your body totally shut down, try to lift your right hand. You see, he's got it. Stop trying and go deeper. With that light switch off, try to lift your left hand. Stop trying and go much deeper, relaxed. Try to open your eyes. And you can't see it, but there is zero movement of the eyelid at all. All right, you're doing beautifully. You got a little tension up here in the back of your neck. I want to have that worked on a little bit. Right up in here, work on him up there. He's got a little knot up in that area that he can release and help him release it. Just on this side. All right, Arnie, at the count of 3, light switch on, eyes open, fully alert, and you're going to feel fantastic. And you're going to feel amazed that, yeah, this stuff really does work. All right, 1, 2, 3. Now open those eyes, notice how good you feel. See how well you did?
So I could just do that at any time.
You mean I can do that at any time, he says. Okay. Michael, I got it because you were the volunteer. I have one of those deepening tapes already prepared for you before you leave this afternoon. Get it from me. Okay, what was your question? Speak real loud now.
In our class, you taught the technique to somebody, just as you had taught it to me. And then when we came back following weekend, we had them go into the state after they had practiced it all week long, and we did some testing on their calf muscle.
Mm-hmm.
I know that, you know, when someone's in a very deep state of relaxation and hypnosis, that certain muscles are relaxed.
Yes. I tested her calf muscle.
I was curious as to what you were actually doing.
Okay. When they're in my recliner and they're tilted back, I can get at their bodies much easier than up here in this position, in limited area. He's asking, why did I test calf muscles in other situations? Because that's a sensitive area. I like to get them right behind the knee if possible. Very sensitive. If they don't feel any discomfort in a more sensitive area of their body, well, there's just no question that they've got the beautiful test. So test them in different areas. Another area to test is under the arm, right in here. That's a very sensitive area. Wherever you can grab hold of to test, just test. It not only shows you where they are, but it brings to the awareness of the client that there's something different. This may be hypnosis, but something's different, and they feel really good about what they've learned. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, I thought you might be feeling for a different set of muscles there.
Well, I do that. Yeah, I do that too. There's a set of muscles under the outer muscles called the brachii. They're the closest muscles to the bone. And if yeah, that's a good point. And I do go inside the leg to feel that down around the calf. Now here's the thing. Your body is never going to collapse. You must have tension on it to hold the organs. The muscles must remain tense enough to keep the organs in place. So by giving suggestion that every muscle in the body is so deeply relaxed it can't move, what we're really talking about is the outer muscles that you're used to using. So if they become relaxed, the inner muscles must grow a little tighter to hold everything in place. So I'm testing to make sure those deep inner muscles tighten up a touch to hold things together. Otherwise you'd be like Jell-O and oozing all over the floor, and that's very bad for the rug. Not this rug. This rug has had it. Arnie.
One more question.
Yes.
On Dave Ellman's tape uses the green for the anesthesia. If you listen to the tape, everyone gets this total amnesia. Now, I must tell you that
Can you hold that question till later, because it has nothing to do with self-hypnosis. I'll answer it after we finish the video portion of it, because Dave Ellman and his techniques are not really what we want to finish up with here. Any other questions about this technique tonight?
Can you go to sleep in this manner and wake up in, say, 7 hours and be happy?
You can give yourself, you can't go to sleep. You cannot attach sleep to hypnosis. Not true hypnosis. You can attach hypnosis to sleep. But yes, if you want to give yourself a time limit of 4, 5, or 6 hours, you'll stay in it for that time, and you'll emerge. Now, you'll automatically emerge if something around you requires your attention. There's what we call a law of higher priorities. In other words, you hear everything that's going on when you're in the state. Michael, you aren't on some other planet. Well, maybe Michael was, I don't know, but you hear everything. For example, a knock on the door, you'll choose whether to respond to that or not. Or if you smell smoke, you're instantly going to have your switch on, and you'll respond to it. But other than that, you'll stay in the state as long as you give yourself that time limit.
You can do that overnight.
Oh, yeah. Now, natural sleep is meant to be there. This is not meant to replace natural sleep. Natural sleep is what we're supposed to be doing. So you don't want to replace this with
It would be good for people that have trouble sleeping.
Sure, it's great for people who are insomniacs. Great for people. Give themselves, tell them, what you do with them is you tell them to give themselves a time limit of about 2 hours. After 2 hours, they'll emerge so groggy they just slide right back into a beautiful deep sleep.
When you have a client, they come in the first time and you teach it to them at one time, they go back, do they come back the next week and you test them like you did with Arnie? Or do you just let them...
Remember, we're in a business. I usually have them come back the next week. We test them, we make sure everything's going correctly with them. Sure, you make sure they're not making any mistakes. They're in and out of the office in 5 minutes. Boom, drop into the state, you got it, fine. Now you can drag that out for a full session if you want to. Or you can then begin to teach them advanced self-hypnosis techniques to the eyes open. Or dental anesthesia, whatever thing they want to learn.
So they only have to come back twice?
That's it. They really don't even have to come back if they've practiced, but we like to have them come back just to make sure that they've done the practice. Okay. I'm not having a lot of luck with this microphone. I'm going from wireless to wire tonight, and I'm stepping on my own umbilical cord. One more, Mark.
Okay, what if you can make yourself not move and get into hypnosis, but instead of using the switch, you use a word?
Yeah. Mark says if you don't want to use a switch, can you use a word? Yes. That's just a signal. That's not important. You can use anything that works for you. If you don't like a switch, you can't visualize a switch, you can use a word. It's best you program your people into it rather than have them switch on their own. They don't want to switch, they can use any word they want.
And is this what you use for children as well, the same technique?
Well, when you say children, I hesitate to understand what you mean. I would use this technique, for example, with children no younger than about 12.
Okay,
Below 12, I wouldn't use this technique at all.
What technique would you use?
Well, there's other techniques. You close their eyes, you just have them pretend. Close their eyes and they pretend they're on a rocket ship, and when they're on a rocket... There's a lot of children's techniques that we can teach in a children's self-hypnosis session.
Okay. Do you have anything written down or anything? I have... My nephew's coming into town tonight. I have to pick them up. I'm here for 5 days. I need something for his study habit.
How old is he?
He's 8 and a half.
8 and a half. I wouldn't teach him self-hypnosis. I just do hypnosis with him and give him the pattern. And the hypnosis with a child that young is simple. And to get the somnambulistic state with a young child, tell them to close their eyes. Just make believe that their eyes are stuck shut. Just pretend their eyes are stuck shut. And you'll watch, you'll see all the signs of deep hypnosis right there.
Okay, now, can I give him a word or something, a clue that when we're on the phone, because he lives in California, that I can trigger and I can do something over the phone with him?
Yes, if he'll accept it. You know, there's 8 years old and there's 8 years old. There's 8-year-old children that are really 2 years old. And there's 8-year-old children who are 15. So what kind of an 8-year-old child is he?
He's an 8-year-old who's very in tune with me.
Okay.
So.
Well, then it'll probably work fine for you.
The pattern that you have for study habit improvement, I've used on neighborhood kids, friends of my kids who were sent by their parents. And I find that pretty much word for word, that pattern does the trick. And you program them, and you don't have to trigger them on the phone or anything. You change their perception of themselves from one kind of a student to another.
And that really is. If the children are so beautiful compared to adults. Adults, you got to keep hammering away on them. But generally, kids, you give them the pattern, and they have it, and they change.
I think my concern is that it's just the end of June, and he won't be in school to be studying until September.
And where does he live?
California.
Well, I think that right before the school year starts, it would be in their best interest to pay for your trip to California. All right. Practice this technique with your clients. It works, it's effective, they'll love you for it. And if there's no more questions, we'll terminate this at this time. I appreciate you being here. And I know you're going to do very well with the self-hypnosis. Later on, we'll be holding a seminar on how to teach group self-hypnosis, which is different. And I think you'll find that interesting. Thank you for coming tonight. I've enjoyed having you here. God bless.